Okay, how do I look? Very good? Good. Okay, great. This video is on how to create an access, how to create a parameter query in Access. And by creating a parameter query, it allows your queries to be more dynamic and interactive. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into Access right now, and I'm gonna fast forward through this so you can see I'm gonna have a fast forward part of this video and a regular speed video for those who are in a hurry, and for those who just want the meat, and for those who want an explanation, they can watch the second part of it. Okay, so I have a table called TBL customers. Again, this comes from the Northwind database, as you probably have seen before. The first query is just a plain, parameter query. Okay, and if I go into design view on this query, I'll show you. Oh, I don't like this because, damn. I'm going to have to move it. Wow. Okay, I'm pausing it. Okay, so I'm in my QBE query by design grid, and say, okay, my table is TBL customers. Again, if you want to, you could just drag these in. Okay, and the first step to create the parameter query is over here to your field that you want to ask the criteria on, because you could just put in Canada if you want all the customers in Canada and run this, and then you get 3 customers in Canada, but then you have to do it again. Again, a parameter query allows you to have your query be more dynamic, because even if I was to run this again by pressing Shift F9, it will give me customers in Canada. So what I want this to do is give me an option to ask me what country do I want to view customers from. So the whole idea of the parameter query, you may have seen this as an error that pops up. You may find something like this comes up. I'm going to go ahead and run this, and I'm not actually running. I'm just changing it to datasheet view. And you may find this, but like EXPR1, it may say enter a parameter value. You may see that and think, oh, I have an error. What could be the problem with it? Well, it means Access didn't know what you're talking about. So because Access doesn't know what you're talking about, it asks you for the parameter. So I'm telling it I want customers in Canada. Okay, now I'm going to run this again, pressing Shift F9, and I'm going to get customers in Spain. Okay, and as you can see here, my customers are in Spain. And then if I press Shift F9 again, it asks me again what the customers in France. So I have some customers in France too, as you can see. Customers in press Shift F9 again, and I get customers in let's say Mexico. And yeah, I get customers in Mexico too. I press Shift F9 and let's say customers in Korea. And I have no customers in Korea. Okay, so how do I combat that? What about new customers? Well, I could just keep doing it. Well, you really want to know what are the customers you could choose from, and that's where the form parameters really comes in handy. So I'm going to cancel this out. Yeah, I want to save changes. Before I go on to the form, I do want to point out one thing here, that when you're doing these parameters, any question is going to be within brackets. Okay, so view customers in, that's your question in these brackets. I can press Shift F2 and zoom into this, view customers in, because if I just do without the brackets, if I just do this, it's not going to show me anything. It's going to show me a regular criteria, which is like a quotation mark. It's going to automatically put the quotation marks in there. View customers in. I don't have any customers in. So by putting the brackets, it allows me to have a question asked. It allows you to ask me a question. Now let's go into the form. FRN param, okay? So here's my list of countries I can choose from, okay? And this list is just giving me just have a form with a combo box here, and I'm going to show you what the design is on this. And okay, so for here, the design. If I go to properties, it's over here on the screen, and I'm calling it CBO countries, and it's just giving me countries, a list of items from that TBL customers table, and I'm saying give me a distinct list, because if you don't, you can have like 5 different Brazils, 3 different Canadas, Denmark. Okay, I did know that these other ones are actually in there. By having the form, I can tell that it's in there. Select distinct, and the way that you select distinct in the grid here is by going into properties of the query and get unique values. Okay, unique values, yes. So that gives me distinct, and I'm sorting these in ascending order. All right. So now if I select something here, let's say, oh, I did Norway was in there. Okay, if I run my query, I would get Norway people. Okay, over here, Norway. If I select Finland, which I didn't know I had, I can press Shift F9, run it again, and I get Finland. If I do Sweden, if I press Shift F9, I'm going to get a list of Swedish people. If I do this again, you get the idea. I don't want to go through all these. Venezuela. Okay. Let's say Venezuela people are at the border because they're over here. Venezuela customers. Okay. So that's how you do a. Oh, and actually, let me show you one more thing here. How did I get this? Okay, I set it equal to the name. Use this syntax right here. FRM, F forms, FRM param, CBO countries. Okay, if let's say I delete it, and you could use this syntax to remember it. It's the forms object. That's the name of the form, and that's the name of the control of the form. If you don't know that, it seems kind of complex. You could also go into here and right click and click build, and then go to your forms, click this and expand this, hit the plus sign, loaded forms, FRM params, FRM CBO countries, and this you built it. You basically built it. So okay, so I built it for you. That's the shortcut way to do it. Okay, and then I'm going to close this, save the changes, and again, okay, Italy. Show you that it still works. Okay, so anyway, that's how you do a param parameter query. Use it, and it's two different types. Using the query by design editor and using a form. Get your parameters. You're just telling the query what you want to see. You're telling it. It doesn't. You're telling it what you want to see. So that's a parameter. If you got value for the video, make sure you click the like button, subscribe to the channel, do all those fancy cool things that you always hear in the videos, and leave your comments below if you do have a question about this, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.